The discourse around Madam Web seems like it basically stole your cat, kicked your dog, and burned down your house with your family in it. This is nuts. Hello there, true believers. My name is Vaderfly. I hope you guys are doing well. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on my Instagram to follow my cosplays and my progression on different things that I do and follow my different little adventures, you can follow me right up there at the King of Dreamers. I am him, he is me. And also, thank you so much for like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You guys have been awesome and just been a great inspiration to just to keep going, not just to keep going, but to just like to find people that actually like to hear me talk. It's actually kind of nice. Let's go ahead and get into this about the Madam Web controversy, and it's gone from refunding tickets to fan blaming, of course, and to people just not wanting to review the film. And with all this being said, this is the lesson I think Sony is not going to take, is that it's clear to me that they're not going to learn the lesson of nobody wants to see these movies without the webhead himself. Now, look, let's be 100% honest with each other. Let's you and I be honest with each other. Did anybody actually think this movie was going to do well? No. Madam Web is not particularly an interesting character, even with her reboot and redesign in the new comics. Not a lot of people are catching on to her and what she is and who she is, and it's just very interesting that they decided to really buckle down to make a movie about a character that basically is more of a guide to Spider-Man than anything. Even they mess up Ezekiel, from what I understand, because Ezekiel's not a bad guy. He's basically just kind of a guide to Peter. And this is just really crazy. And I want to be very clear about this as well. I have not seen this movie yet. I probably am not going to see this movie like I haven't seen Morbius. I have no interest in seeing these movies. The main reason is I don't feel like I need to watch these movies because there's nothing that it interests me about these movies. And the fact of the matter that immediately that a lot of these people are doing the same crap of blaming the fans over and over again, it's getting to a point where I'm just like, I'm no longer going to support these movies unless you give me a reason to support them. You basically don't try to tarnish and blame fans and try to make people look bad because you're failing as a studio and you're failing as a team to make a good movie didn't succeed. You hired people that clearly knew nothing of the source material. You hired people that clearly didn't care, besides, I would say, Sydney Sweeney. She seemed like she was the only one that actually gave a damn about the character that she was portraying, and bless her heart for that. But everybody else seemed like they were just in it for a paycheck. The reason I am talking about this is because it is another clear case that I've been talking about for the longest time, where it is tiresome that a lot of the media outlets and everything else are just attacking the fan base just because they didn't support the thing that they think they're supposed to be supporting. That's not how this works. You are supported when you make good things. You are criticized when you make bad things. That's how it works. Are there people that are overly critical of certain things? Yes, they are. There are people that just are way over the top sometimes, and sometimes it even gets to me, and I'm just like, wow, that's okay. But they have a right to complain about these things because they are paying you money. I don't understand anybody's logic behind this, where they are being paid money to support a thing, and then when the fans get mad about it, all of a sudden they become islamphobes. It doesn't make sense to me. I've made it very clear what my goal is with this channel is to call out the idiocy of certain things and to praise other things. I will praise certain things if you give me the things to praise, but it's hard for me to praise anything when you constantly make mediocrity. This is just a fine way of basically saying to me that they don't care. And I have no time to support this. My stance on this is that I will not see this movie. I just won't. Even for the lulz, even if I wanted to get the views on my YouTube channel, I just don't want to see this movie. I have no interest in seeing this movie. I am so busy a lot of the times that it's even hard for me to do certain things that I want to do. So to waste time to go see a movie that I know that I'm not going to enjoy, it's kinda no thank you. I mean, for crap's sake, I went to go see Final Fantasy Advent Children over my birthday and had way more fun watching that than I would have had watching Madam Web. This leads me to just like my biggest thing is that we have to start asking for better. And we have to be honest and not sugarcoat it and say that it's because the fans are ists and phobes and all this stuff. Once again, I have made this very clear in all my other videos. Sure, there are ists and phobes in the fandoms. Yes. But does that make the majority of the fandom? No, it doesn't. And to pretend like you can use that as terminology to try to dismiss any kind of criticism towards anything that you guys make or use it as a shield so it doesn't get criticism is a very disgusting thing to do. All in all, my biggest thing about this is that I just will not watch this movie. I'm not going to. If there's short little clips, I will watch the short little clips, but I am not going to sit down and waste my time to watch this movie. I don't enjoy bashing on a lot of stuff, but if I need to, I will. Like I did with my Flash review. You can watch that. I saw it because basically it was free on streaming, and so I sat down and I watched it. I'm not going to waste my time going to a theater, sit down, and be upset about something for X amount of time because I wasted 2 hours of my life watching something. It's just, it has no interest for me. I just really don't want to support bad practices. And that's what has basically been going on with Sony, with Disney, with Warner Brothers, even with Paramount. It's bad practices, and yet they want to be rewarded for bad behavior. That doesn't make sense to me. So I guess what this video really boils down to is just basically my version of James Rolfe's video from Ghostbusters 2016. I have no interest in seeing this movie. I'm not going to see this movie. I'm not going to see Kraven unless I am dragged kicking and screaming. That is the only way I'm getting to see Kraven, is if I am kicking and screaming and somebody buys me the ticket to go see Kraven, because I am not wasting my money to go see it and be just enamored of how bad it is. The worst part about this is not even that I'm upset, it's more or less that I'm just over the constant finger pointing and the constant just blaming people for everything. Later, I'm going to make another video basically talking about this. Disney released a letter talking about the Marvels, and yet again, they are blaming the fans for the Marvels failing, but yet don't understand that people don't want to watch these movies, and they need to understand that you're not going to antagonize these people anymore. It's no longer 2016. This is no longer 2015 even, where you used to be able to call somebody a buzzword and people were like, well, I don't want to be that buzzword, so I'm going to support the crappy work to prove that I'm not a buzzword. That doesn't work anymore. In fact, it's kind of going the opposite direction. So that's all I really have to say. I'm not going to see Madam Web. I'm not going to make a critique video about it. I might actually talk about Final Fantasy and my movie review, because I actually had a great time watching the movie, and it was a lot of fun with my friends and everything. So I might actually go talk about that. So I hope you guys are doing well. And I don't want to come off as negative about this. I don't want to seem like I'm harping or trying to preach down to people, but it's I don't want to do something unless I have to. And like I said, maybe later down the road I'll see Madam Web and I'll finally just sit down and watch it. But at this moment in time, no, that's just not gonna happen. The same thing with like everybody's like jumping on Dakota Johnson about like not seeing her movie, and I'm like, you do realize like a lot of actors and actresses don't like to see their own performances. I don't like to see my own performances. I've been in like a couple of indie films, and every time I get on the screen, I try to run out of the room. I just leave. I'm just like, no, I don't want to see myself. No, fuck this. Good or bad, I don't want to see myself. But at the end of the day, I just want people to understand that your time is valuable. You have a finite amount of it. Don't waste it doing something that you don't enjoy doing. That's how I see it. So that is the end of my review on that. I hope everybody is good out there. Please make sure to keep your heads above water. I know it's a tough time out there, and I know it's getting really hard, but we're going to make it, and we're going to do great. We're going to be great. We're going to be awesome. So I love you guys. I love you, True Believers. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram, and also like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. I will talk to you later. All right. Bye-bye.